Anyone who's played the game Skyrim knows that the sneak skill is overpowered.
What was that? Huh. Guess it was nothing.
But there can be things even sneakier than a Khajiit sneaking up behind an enemy with a dagger. I'm a nerd, okay? And that's the tendency to seek special treatment for ourselves, like some kind of entitled monarch. But this is an insidious impulse and can verge on the embarrassing. And in this video, I'll be talking about sneaky Christian double standards. But first, I'd like you to imagine a world where atheists fail to believe in God because they have darkened hearts. Oh, you don't have to imagine it? That's the world we live in, according to some apologists? There's no shortage of Christians eager to believe sweeping claims that they take their holy book to be making. This obviously leads to certain attitudes towards atheists. But what I find funny is that the same Christians who speak like this can get their feathers ruffled when they're mocked or they are psychoanalyzed. This is the first double standard I want to point out. The tendency for Christians to make bombastic claims about entire groups down to a man, and then clutch their pearls when atheists do something similar. And not only is it hypocritical, but it's dangerous because it can backfire. People aren't stupid. If you confidently psychoanalyze everyone around you and have an origin story that would make Freud blush, people might find that a little suspicious.
I remember being very bothered by the lack of attention and the lack of care that I felt like I experienced at home. And the fact that I felt like my dad didn't care about me growing up. And my stepdad was kind of, I felt like he hated me. I don't think I'm the only one who thought that. And some other things that were going on around the home. That was what caused me to be so desperate for God. I mean, like, God, I need you. I need help. And that actually led me to my faith in God.
The point is, either side can play this game. An eye for an eye and so forth. Whether we should play it is a separate question, but that's for another time. But what's not for another time is a story. After I had been away from the faith, there was a person who would periodically reach out to preach at me through Facebook DMs, accusing me of not being open to the truth, etc. I of course drove the point home that he had very little idea what he was talking about, and had pretty much only consumed content that reinforced his views rather than challenged them, which didn't go over the best. Either way, there are many lay Christians who are broadly interested in apologetics who are like this, and will expect skeptics to be maximally open, while showing very little openness themselves. This can lead to a bad taste in people's mouths, which I'm guessing isn't too strategic for the Christian cause, which is why this is the second double standard I want to point out. When Christians have the expectation that skeptics should be very open to revising their beliefs, while lacking this expectation for themselves or other believers.
The takeaway from all of this definitely isn't that atheists follow the evidence. The takeaway is that pretty much any evidence can be reinterpreted and explained away by people who are committed to an unfalsifiable position. Atheists aren't educating the rest of the world on how to go where the evidence points. The leaders are giving a tutorial on how to reinterpret and explain away evidence that they don't like.
When will I walk away? For me, when I'm so diseased or my brain so deteriorated that I'm no longer myself in my rational mind.
Do I need to hold your hand for you to get the point? Unrelated to the last issue, the point of this montage should be very clear.
When I was 14 and prayed about the Book of Mormon, before I could even get the words out, I just felt the Spirit in my heart just really strong, and I just felt so filled with light. It's confirmed to me in my heart that these things are true, and so...
Supplication, Allah help me to the truth. If you guide me to the truth, I'll never leave it. And I knew in my heart, Allah was telling me in my heart that Islam, this is true, you know? And I knew right there it's the correct religion.
I felt this tremendous infusion of joy, like a balloon.
People tend to carve out a special space for their own experiences, which is fine as far as it goes, so long as it doesn't result in inconsistencies. Like, saying that what you are calling the inner testimony of the Holy Spirit is an excellent reason to believe in traditional Christianity, but the Mormon burning in the bosom couldn't function that way for Mormonism. I don't think religious experience specifically is all that reliable anyway. But either way, I'm just saying. The third double standard I want to point out is when Christians treat their own religious experience as absolutely sacred and unfalsifiable, while basically laughing at others who do the same.
This deep-seated fundamental assurance. And I think that that is borne by the witness of the Holy Spirit to you. Now, certainly Mormons will speak of something similar, a burning in the bosom, when the Book of Mormon is read. But I would say that whereas we do not have defeaters for the witness of the Holy Spirit in the New Testament sense, we have overwhelming defeaters for the truth of Mormon belief.
But here's the dirty little secret. Craig doesn't care about defeaters. Or for the uninitiated, something like reasons to think a belief is false. Craig has explicitly said, quote, "If the bones of Jesus were to be found, then he did not rise and Christianity would be false. But, given the Spirit's witness, we will never be justified in thinking that any bones discovered were those of Jesus." End quote. So yeah, pretty funny in my opinion. On parallel to the chuckles I get seeing Christians lose their mind over Bart Ehrman. Tap this video next to me and I'll explain why Ehrman is so hated.